Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I will add the elephant candlestick pattern to my market master indicator. Okay, so if we check the documentation about the market master, you can see that we have done everything inside the mid-scale section. So now I want to move to the small scale, okay? And inside the small scale section we have these candlestick patterns. So, candlestick patterns. If we break it down to the core idea, basically, of the candlestick patterns, it's like a signal which tells us where the current price momentum is. Yeah, the advantage of candlestick patterns is that there is no delay. Yeah, so when we are, for example, working with indicators, and an indicator shows us something, so for example moving average crossover or stuff like this, it's delayed. Yeah, it's delayed because indicator tells you what happened but not what's happening. With candlestick patterns it's different. Since candlestick patterns are based on the current candlesticks, yeah, the most recent candlesticks, they tell you every time what's happening right now. So that's why I will be adding this candlestick pattern, the elephant bar candlestick pattern. So now the question is, why this one? Okay, so we can divide candlestick patterns in general to two sections. Okay, so the first, or the two types. So the first type of candlestick patterns basically are for mean reversion. Yeah, so when the price goes up and then it starts to fall down. So there's the change in the price trend, in price momentum. Yeah, so that's basically the first type of candlestick patterns. The second type of candlestick patterns tell you or they confirm you that the trend you are currently in is valid. Yeah, so they are trend continuation patterns. So when I checked basically what we have so far, I basically realized that we already have a trend, a change in momentum candlestick pattern type, and that is our fractal. Yeah. So if you think about it, what a fractal is, it basically tells you when there's a shift in the price momentum. Yeah. So uptrend, or when the price goes from being in an uptrend to downtrend, and vice versa. So that's why I decided I don't need to incorporate more mean reversion patterns because we already have it. Yeah, we have it here. You can see that it basically tells you when there's a shift. And that's why I decided that I will only focus on the trend following candlestick pattern. And I think the best trend following candlestick pattern is an elephant bar. So what is an elephant bar? Elephant bar is basically a bar which is many times larger than your average bar. Okay, so it's like a huge candlestick. There are some other specifics to this elephant bar. There are some specifics about the wick to body ratio and stuff like this, which we will deal with inside the code. But basically the general idea is that you have a very strong, very long candlestick, which basically tells you, okay, this is where the price should go. Yeah, so this is the idea behind the elephant bar. So yeah, let's do this. I think that I have a tutorial on elephant bars on my YouTube channel already, but I will do this one from scratch because this will be a little bit different version than the previous one, I guess. Yeah, so everything's good and let's start. So this is my code. I will keep working inside my market master indicator file. You can also work in your market master MACD file, yeah, if you chose to go with this version, but I will keep working inside my market master indicator. So elephant bars. So as usual, I will start by creating a new input section. So input group elephant bar settings. Okay. And so now I think there will be two inputs the elephant bar needs to have. So the first input is basically, or the first thing we have to know is how many times the current candlestick has to be larger than the average candlestick in order to recognize it as an elephant bar. Okay, so is it like 5 times or 3 times or 4 times? Yeah, this can vary, and that's why I will make this value as an input. So input double. So input elephant, let's just say EB, which will stand for elephant bar, and let's do size factor, okay? Which will be equal to 4, let's say. Yeah, equal to 4. So this is the first thing. The second thing we need to work with is basically the wicks, okay, the shadow. So in general, with elephant bars, we want candlesticks that have very large body and very small shadows. Okay, so for example, something like this. Let me just highlight it. So for example, this candlestick right here is not an elephant bar, and that's because it has pretty large shadows, yeah, or wicks. So this is not an elephant bar. What might be an elephant bar is, for example, this one, okay? So this one might be an elephant bar, and the reason why, yeah, it has one very small wick right here, but besides that there are no wicks, okay? So that's also basically what we have to take care of. I think there's one candlestick pattern called something like Mabruze, Mubruze, something like this. It's from Japanese, obviously, I don't remember the name, but it basically means that there's a candlestick that has no shadow, okay? So there's just full body. And we can add this option to the elephant bar as well. So yeah, for example here, you can see this is a huge candlestick, this is an elephant candlestick, but it has a huge shadow. So this is not an elephant candlestick that we are looking for. Yeah, we are looking for candlesticks that are large and with full body and almost no wick. So now we have to create double input elephant bar body to wick ratio, and let's set this to 20. Okay, so or 10 or 15. So now we are saying that the body, or yeah, the body has to be at least 15 times larger than the wicks. Okay, so when we increase this value, it means that we will filter out more candlesticks. Okay, so let's start. So I will scroll down, I guess here under my calculate ADX distance function, and let's start. So void detect elephant bar function. Okay, so this will be pretty simple. Yeah, if you think about it, this will be pretty simple. We also need shift argument, and we only have to work basically with one candlestick. Okay, so there is no analysis of the previous candlesticks. This is just our one candlestick, and that's it. So now we need information about this candlestick. So double close. So close is equal to I close current symbol period and shift. Sorry, my keyboard is under the mic as usual, so that's why I can't type that well. So I open, high will be equal to I high and low, and this is I low. Okay, so yeah, so now we have all information we need. Okay, so now we need to basically get an information, or we need to calculate the size of the body and the wings. Okay, so let's say double full candle, and full candle is basically from high to low. Okay, now we have body, which is equal to absolute value and open minus close, and then we have, let's call this shadow, which is equal to full candle minus body. Okay, and then we can just like transform this to points. So body divided equals to point, and shadow divided equals to point as well. Okay, so this is basically all we need. Almost. So now we can do our first if-else statement. So if shadow or if body divided by input EB body to wick ratio is lower than shadow, then we want to return and we won't do anything. Okay, so this is basically our first condition, and if it turns out that this condition is false, meaning that the shadow is larger than it should be, then we don't want to do anything and we just want to go out, we just want to like a return from this function. Yeah, so that's our first thing. So now the second thing is that we have to detect whether the current candlestick, or this candlestick right here, is larger than the average candlestick. So how to, sorry, just 1 second. So how to do this? So what is an average candlestick? So I guess what we can do here is that we can like say yeah, let's do this. So we will calculate the average size of the candlestick. Okay, so sum is equal to 0. So now for integer x is equal to 0, x lower. And now, based on how many candlesticks do we want to calculate the average size? I think, let me just check here because we don't want to go too crazy. Okay, let's do 250. Plus. Okay, so now sum plus equals I will calculate the size from high to low. Okay, so if I were to calculate this from the open to close or from close to open, it will allow more elephant candlesticks. So that's why I will use high low. So period current, and now this is shift plus X and minus I low symbol period current shift plus X. Okay, so now we basically calculate the size of a candlestick and we add it to this sum variable. And now we just have to divide the sum by 250 and we get our average candlestick size right here. Yeah, pretty simple. So now we have to check. So if, let's say, let's call this average size. So just like, this is better name for the variable, I guess. So now, so if average size is times input EB size factor is higher than our body, then we want to return as well. Okay, so this is basically us checking whether the current candlestick is large enough. And if we pass this condition here, or this if else statement here, and if we also manage to pass this one, it means that we do have our elephant bar candlestick. Okay, so what do we do now? So now the question is how to basically visualize the elephant bar. I guess right now I should only like plot something just to make sure that we do get elephant bar candlesticks, and if we do get it, so this code works, we will think about some nicer visualization. So let's just do string name is equal to prefix plus, I don't know, I time symbol period current shift object create zero name object arrow. Let's just do up. Okay, zero time is I time for the current symbol period shift, and I'll can just do low here. Okay, so now what I'm doing is that I'm just like plotting out this arrow on the chart. So when there is elephant bar, so when there is an elephant bar, I will see it on the chart. So this is like the first test run. So let's go here, and I think I can call this function right here. So let's check it. Let's check it. So now we should see elephant bars, and as you can see, they are these ones with these arrows. Okay, so these are our elephant bars that we get right now. So if we check them, so the good thing is that they don't have any wicks or almost any wicks. Okay, so here like you can see that these candlesticks are full candlesticks, which is great. What I can do is that I can, for example, increase the size factor to 7, which is pretty crazy, but now I'm saying it has to be larger than, it has to be 7 times larger than the average candlestick. So now we should get like more. Okay, so I'm not sure about the size factor, because if I, for example, look at this candlestick, I wouldn't say that this is 7 times larger than the average candlestick. Of course, it can be skewed because like we go back 250 candlesticks. So, but I guess like the size of candlesticks should be the same. Like it shouldn't be that skewed because we go 250 candlesticks back. So there are some volatile periods and some not that volatile periods. So I guess this should be fine. But it's strange to say that this candlestick is 7 times larger than the average candlestick. Let me just go back here and let me just let me just comment out. So if shit 100 comment average size. Let me just check the average size. Oh yeah, I didn't convert it to. Yeah, that's what's happening here. So now basically this didn't work because I didn't convert it back to points. So now when I do convert it, you can see that we don't get these candlesticks anymore because yeah, they are too small. Okay, so now it works, but now we don't get any signals or any elephant bars, but we can change this. So let's just go back to this initial setting of 4. And let's see if we do get any candlesticks. Okay, so 4 is probably too high. So let's do 2.5. So now it has to be 2.5 times larger than the average candlestick. Okay, so now it doesn't work as well, but now it's weird because it should. So okay, fuck this. Let's open a new chart here and let's just check again. Okay, it seems like it doesn't, yeah, because we don't find any. Okay, so let's just do this. Sorry, let's just copy this and paste it before here. Now it should execute something, correct? Okay, so now the average size is 118. So this is the average size. So if you, for example, check this candlestick, like it should work, I guess, but maybe because of the fig. Yeah, let me also just disable the trend filter because for this I want to see basically the normal chart, the normal candlesticks. So let's do, for example, something like this. Okay, so it doesn't show anything. Okay, so okay, why doesn't it show anything? So let's just check these conditions once again. So if average size times input EB size factor is higher than positive. Okay, this should be okay. So now let's just focus. Let's comment this out. So now the only condition is basically the size factor. Yeah. So now I guess I should get a lot of signals. So now this is size factor. So now I'm saying it doesn't matter basically what's the body to wick ratio. Now I just want to see the size factor. So candlesticks 4 times larger than the average candlesticks. And you can see that we don't get much signals, to be honest. Yeah, this is the only candlestick which is 4 times larger. So I guess the average candlestick is much larger than I originally anticipated. So let's change this to 2. So okay, so now this might work. Okay, so 2 times larger than the average candlestick. This seems to work pretty well. And now let's add this first condition, which is basically the wick ratio thing. So now if I change this to 3, okay, it still works. Okay, so now I guess we found the sweet spot. Yeah. So if I increase this to, for example, 11, yeah, okay, so this is the sweet spot right here. This is the sweet spot. So like the logic works correctly. The only thing is that the average candlestick size, it's not ideal. Let me just do, well, what should I do here? Because like I want to get one universal number for the average size of the candlestick. Yeah. Because you can see that also, like on 1 hour time frame, I think this will work much better. Oh, it won't. Okay, so how to solve this? So how to solve this problem? So we basically go back 250 candlesticks and we calculate the average size. The average size is right here, which is 174 points. So now basically if I say that I want candlesticks that are larger, for example, 2 times, it means that I will, which is like 348 points, okay? 348. So now I want, okay, yeah, so this does make sense, I guess, because this has to be pretty large candlestick right here. Okay. Okay, yeah, like I think we can work with this. Yeah, I think this is okay. Like I could increase. Oh, do you know what? I will do something. I will do something. I will do something much more reliable. So what I will do is that I will delete this. I will delete this as well. I will delete this. I will also delete this, and I will only leave this. So basically, this if-else statement there. So now the issue is that I don't have my average size value. But what I will do is that I will keep. What I will do is that I will change this to static. Okay, so how to do this? Because like I run this function on every new candlestick since beginning. So if I keep track of basically what's the average over all of these candlesticks, okay, so I have like one static variable where I sum up all of the candlesticks and then I divide it. I think this could be okay, so I will just do average size. Let's say sum is equal to 0 and I will do sum plus equals yeah, high minus low, and I will also have static integer called count, which will equal to 0, and I will increase the count by 1. Okay, so I keep track of how many times I have used this function or I run this function and what's the total sum, and then I can just do this. So then the average size is always equal to sum divided by count, and average size, then I will convert this to points, divide and equal to point. So this should basically work really well, and the reason why is that now it basically will keep track of the overall average size. Okay, so now I'm not using like the last 100 candlesticks or the last 200 candlesticks. Now I use all of the candlesticks. So basically the average should be really an average. It shouldn't be skewed by any large candlestick that appears. Yeah, so I think this is the best way to do this. Okay, so now we get so now we get some signals, for example here, and I like this. Yeah, I like this. Like on its own it like doesn't tell you much, but just keep in mind that this indicator won't have like one trigger point or one signal which basically tell you, okay, now you should buy or now you should sell. What it will have, it will have basically all of these features, and then it will be up to you to basically decide, okay, given other information, should I, for example, buy, yeah, or should I sell? So yeah, so that's basically how we will use this. Okay, so now the question is how to visualize this. I want to do this visualization as simple as possible. I think it's not the best idea to draw anything on the chart, because like I think most people will be using the trend analysis. Okay, so if I turn trend filter to true, it will look like this. So I don't think that drawing, or should I draw a rectangle? I don't know. Like I have two options. The first option is to draw a rectangle like around the candlestick, and it will tell you, okay, here is the elephant bar. Or I can change the color of the candlestick. Okay, so I can, for example, make the candlestick yellow, and that will tell you, okay, this is a elephant bar. So let's start with the first idea of the rectangle. So let's just change this to object a rectangle. So now it's time plus 1, low, and it will be very simple because now we just take this and high. Let's try this thing. So now it shows you these rectangles. Yeah. So let's just change this -1. Okay, so now it like shows you, okay, here is a candlestick inside this rectangle, meaning here is an elephant bar. So do I like this? I guess I don't like this. Like at this point we have a lot of things that are going on basically on the chart. Okay, so adding more and more visuals like this might not be ideal. Sorry, my turtle. Okay, so now the question is, what's better alternative? I guess I can let the user decide basically what visualization he or she wants to use. So let's go here and let's create these options. So now let's do enum eb visual. So we can either do rectangle or candle. Okay, so now the user can choose between the rectangle option or the candle option. So input eb visual, let's say eb visuals here, and let's just do eb visual here, which will be equal by default to rectangle. So let's do input color input eb visual or eb rectangle color, which will be equal to color, and now I don't know, for example yellow maybe. Let's try yellow, or yeah, let's try yellow. So yellow right here. So now I have to go here and say, so if input eb visual is equal to rectangle, meaning the user wants to use the rectangle as a visualization feature or the visualization option, I will do this, and then I will just change the color. So object set integer 0 name object property color, which will be equal to this color right here. Okay, so now it's not ideal. I can also change the width here, so object set integer 0 name object prop width is equal to 3, for example. So now it will be like very, very thick. Yeah, so here, now you can see it very clearly. The thing is that I don't think that this is like, if you don't want to use trend filter, then this might be a good visualization. Yeah, this doesn't look that bad. But let me also change the, but it's so, and input integer input EB rectangle width to, well, maybe let me just try one more thing here. Maybe what might be a better option is to don't go so object prop style will be equal to style dot. Let's just see how this will look like. So now I am using these dotted, like this might be better option, I guess. I think this might be a better option. Yeah. Yep, let's go with this. So now the user also has the second option, which is to use the candlestick. So I'll just add one more color here. And by default, this is yellow. This is something that we can't change in the inputs because this has to be defined before inputs basically. So I will show you how to change it in the on the chart if you don't like it later. So this is this option right here. Okay, so now basically if the user doesn't want to use this thing, I have to change the color of the candlestick somehow. So for this I will change the type to integer and I will say return, for example, 5. Okay, so yeah, oh sorry, this is very foolish. I can change this to boolean variable and I'll just say return true. Okay, so now I can just go here. So let's do bool should change color is equal to this thing. Yeah, and also it has to have like sorry, return false. Okay, so return, yeah, false. Okay, so this should be okay. Now let's go back here. So this is our boolean variable should change color. So now this is basically where we change the colors. So let's say, so if we can do this. So candles colors I is equal to should change color. If this is the case, then it's equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Otherwise, it's just equal to candles colors position I. Let me just take this, copy it here, and let's check it. Maybe it will work. Yeah, and I have to do this inside. Like this. Okay, so now when I go here and I say I want to change the candle, it changes the color candle. Okay, so now we visually see when there is an elephant candlestick, which basically means something might happen. Yeah. So now it's also, what the fuck? No, we don't want this. Okay, something's wrong because this is not an elephant bar. So let's just check this. What's happening? Come on. False, false, false. Come on, what's happening? This is not okay. What the fuck? Maybe this. Now I think. Why is this still yellow? Okay. Okay. Why is this yellow? Why is this yellow? It's still. Why the fuck is this still? So now I don't know if this is because. Can you see me? Yeah, you can. Okay, so this is. Yeah, it works fine. This is just something because of the candlestick right here. True, return false, return false. Yeah, I guess. Should change car is equal to false by default. Okay, so now it works, okay. Why? Should change color is equal to here and here. Still. Maybe I have to reload the indicator. Yeah, I think I will reload the indicator just to check this. So GPUSD. Oh, sorry for this. This is much more difficult than it should be, but I have to find the error. So let's change this to, for example, 2, and let's turn the trend filter false. Does it work now? Okay, so now we only get these full candlesticks. Okay, so now it seems like it does work with the rectangle just okay. Yeah, so the rectangle works just okay, which is perfect. So now I go and I change to candle, and now it doesn't work, yeah, because this is not it. So there's something, there is some logical error here. So if should change color. So let's just comment this out, but it will stay the same, I guess. Should change color. Okay, so let's find the error here. Okay, so it works well with the rectangle, but it doesn't work. Yeah, I can just. This is something not related to this. Okay, so this is the part where it goes all wrong. Okay, so should change color for some reason. I set it as false here. And then get envelopes, not this. So returning false by default. Returning true if this is set to false. False. So what's the issue here? Okay, maybe in here. Do you know what? I will do it like this. So if should change color, then candles colors high is equal to 5. Else if and else. Now it will work. Now it doesn't. It still doesn't work for some reason. Oh, probably I will just end this video now and I will find the error on like without your help, and then I will just tell you what the error was and how to fix this, because this is pretty tedious to be honest. So 1.5, let's do 4 here. Okay, so once again, rectangles work really well. And I go here and I change to candle. It just doesn't work. Oh, wait a second. Yeah. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yep. Yeah, because we are not doing the analysis on the current, we go one back. Yeah, so perfect. So this was very stupid mistake. The same thing goes here, I guess. This was very stupid mistake. Basically what was happening is that like I have to wait for the candlestick to finish, so I can't do the analysis on the current candlestick. I have to wait one candlestick. So that's basically, yeah, that's what happened here. So yeah, so the candlestick, so the elephant candlestick is finished. It works now well. I think this might be like a good feature to have, just like to see where the important moves are. Yeah, it might be like, it might be a little bit difficult to tell what type of candlestick it is, yeah, up or down, but like when you get familiar with the indicator, it will be very simple. Yeah, so this is basically bearish candlestick, this is bullish, this is bearish, this is bearish. Yeah, so then it gives you more information about what's happening in the market. And for example, when we are in a strong trend, so for example here, yeah, it can give you a nice confirmation about the market. So yeah, so this is it for this video. Thank you for your attention, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.